Jacob Fatu aligns with The Rock, and John Cena, the best and worst of WWE Raw. Odyssey Jones is open to a WWE return, despite a controversial release. Chad Gable introducing a new character. Did Liv Morgan really get injured at WWE Elimination Chamber 2025? An unexpected motive behind WWE's decision to have Rhea Ripley drop her championship. Becky Lynch suggests CM Punk is cheating on AJ Lee with Roxanne Perez. The creative forces behind CM Punk's unhinged promo on Raw. Does Travis Scott hate Cody Rhodes in real life? Let's dive right in. The best and worst of WWE Raw. WWE Raw this week was a fantastic show, following up on a monumental Elimination Chamber premium live event. The road to WrestleMania 41 is truly on, with twists and turns galore. Last night's episode featured some great wrestling and a huge title change. We will get to that shortly as we look at the entire show as a whole. Here are the biggest positives and negatives from this week's edition of WWE Raw. Number 1, best. Mommy is toppled on WWE Raw. While there was nothing at all wrong with Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, adding Sky to the mix for WrestleMania 41 is a genius move. She's earned her way into the spot with consistent performances all year. Sky beating Ripley was a bold call, but it was the right one. Not only was this the pathway towards a triple threat match, but it also justifies Sky's position. She has become a much bigger star by winning the Women's World Championship, ahead of a potential title defense against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley together. The EST's involvement on WWE Raw further confirmed plans for a triple threat at WrestleMania 41. Number 2, best worst, left without gold. Chad Gable won't be happy at American Made once he returns from his dark lucha quest, provided he makes it out of there safely. He told Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers to win championships during his absence. They had their chance on WWE Raw this week but failed. To be fair, both title matches were great. Nile lost to Lyra Valkyria after a gritty performance from the Women's Intercontinental Champion. Meanwhile, the War Raiders and the Creeds put on quite a show for the World Tag Team titles. It's just a shame the latter didn't result in new champions being crowned. Number 3, worst. Same old routine. As the Judgment Day saga rolls on, it feels like Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio are in the same holding pattern. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez have won the Women's Tag Team Championship, but beyond that, nothing has really changed. Balor makes a snarky comment, while Dominic tries to be the voice of reason. The Prince comes up with a plan to thwart the babyface he's feuding with, only for it to backfire. This time on WWE Raw, Braun Breaker got the better of the Judgment Day. Our only hope is that it leads to an Intercontinental Championship match sooner rather than later. Also, Dirty Dom's secret conversation with a potential new member is a positive sign of progress, so it's not all bad. Number 4, best. Someone had to address it. With Cody Rhodes, John Cena, and The Rock off the show, it seemed like WWE Raw would not feature any follow-up on the hot show closing angle from Elimination Chamber. Fortunately, that's how things kicked off last night. CM Punk was the one who broke the ice. He cut a pipe bomb of sorts, targeting The Rock and Cena. Punk called the final boss a bald fraud, and made fun of his Goosebumps shtick. Meanwhile, the best in the world had some harsh words for the 16-time world champion, claiming he can see right through John Cena. CM Punk proceeded to address Seth Rollins on WWE Raw, who cost him the Elimination Chamber match. He even sent a message to Becky Lynch before the Visionary came out, and the two brawled all over the place. It was quite the fight, with Adam Pearce ultimately forcing a separation after they went backstage. The general manager made the match official. Punk will face Rollins inside of a steel cage on WWE Raw next week. This will likely lead to the return of Roman Reigns, who is yet to avenge the Architect for stomping him multiple times at the Royal Rumble. Odyssey Jones is open to a WWE return despite a controversial release. Odyssey Jones became an overnight sensation after his incredible main roster debut last year, but his momentum ended before it truly began as WWE released him following allegations of domestic violence. Fans have been wondering if he would ever return to WWE again, and Jones has now set the record straight in that regard. While speaking on the Burn After Rolling podcast, Odyssey Jones was asked whether he has any interest in returning to WWE one day. Jones made it clear that he has no hard feelings toward WWE and appreciates the time he spent there. Jones considers his years with the company some of the best of his life, having met incredibly talented, creative, and hardworking individuals. He acknowledges that WWE and TKO made the decisions they needed to protect themselves and wishes he had done the same for himself. I got no hate for WWE. I'm gonna sit here and keep it real. WWE gave me some of the greatest years of my life. I met some of the most athletic and talented people I've ever seen, some of the most creative minds, and some of the kindest and hardest working individuals individuals. I met some amazing people, real unicorns, truly unique individuals. I have no hate for WWE, and I have no hate for TKO. They did what they had to do to protect themselves. I just wish I had taken a page from their book and protected myself better, but now I know. You gotta do what you gotta do. Despite his release, he remains open to returning in the future. He doesn't hold any resentment and understands that most people wouldn't turn down an opportunity with WWE. Rather than getting stuck in the past, Jones is focused on betting on himself, taking chances, and moving forward in his career. If the opportunity ever comes up to go back, how many people are really going to deny WWE? I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'll never go back, they screwed me over. No, I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to bet on myself. Who else am I going to bet on? I've been betting on myself, and I'll keep doing it. I'll take the chance and keep moving forward. Odyssey Jones also admitted that he was completely blindsided by the allegations meted out against him prior to his WWE release. Nevertheless, only time will tell when Jones will make it back to WWE, as anything is possible in the world of professional wrestling. Do you think Odyssey Jones should get another shot in WWE, or is he better off forging a new path elsewhere? Chad Gable introducing a new character. WWE superstar Chad Gable teased bringing a new character to life via a recent social media update. Despite being among the most skilled performers on the roster, the American-made member has a poor record against luchadors. After a brief feud with the LWO, he suffered a loss at the hands of Penta in the latter's debut match. The 38-year-old recently visited someone suggested to him by Dominic Mysterio to seek help regarding his luchador problem. A pre-taped video seemingly shot in Mexico was aired during the latest edition of Monday Night Raw, showcasing Master Gable receiving a mystery box from the man. Chad Gable took to his Instagram account to share a picture of himself with the mystery box in his hands. Interestingly, his face was not visible in the photograph, hinting that Master Gable might return to the squared circle as a different character sporting a mask, which could be inside the box given to him. The Instagram post caught the attention of J.D. McDonough. The Judgment Day member took to the comments section to ask Gable what was inside the box. Did Liv Morgan really get injured at WWE Elimination Chamber 2025? The Elimination Chamber Premium Live event was a night to forget for Liv Morgan. The Miracle Kid ended up as the runner-up in the Women's Chamber match, failing to punch her ticket to WrestleMania 41. However, even more painfully, Morgan walked out of the contest with scars and bruises all over her body. She suffered legitimate injuries in the match and was barely able to stand at the ramp while walking backstage. The Women's Chamber match was in itself a masterclass of brutality, and Liv Morgan was the one who suffered the most from it, all thanks to Bianca Belair. The Judgment Day member was constantly slammed into the barbaric steel structure, which left various cuts and wounds all over her body. Moreover, Morgan suffered a sharp, vicious whip from Belair's braid right around her waist, the sound of which echoed throughout the arena. She was seen in excruciating pain, as that a livid red mark was left on her body. Despite all the bruises, Liv Morgan continued to fight till the end of the match like a true warrior. The aftermath of the Elimination Chamber match was a testament to the fact that the Miracle Kid pushed herself to her full limits, and there is absolutely no doubt about that. WrestleMania 41 is on the horizon, and it is the time of year that no WWE superstar wants to miss. But what Liv Morgan went through in Toronto has left a lot of fans concerned about her status for the year's biggest annual extravaganza. However, the WWE Universe can sigh a collective sigh of relief. The former Women's World Champion is not expected to miss the show of shows in Las Vegas. While she did suffer a cruel fate at the Elimination Chamber, the nature of her injuries is not serious enough to keep her sidelined. The 30-year-old was seen this week on Monday Night Raw, which indicates that she's doing just fine. Liv Morgan is one of the biggest stars in the women's division, and WWE would make sure to feature her on the card for Mania. Morgan is currently one half of the women's tag team champions, along with Raquel Rodriguez. Therefore, the duo is expected to be involved in a major feud as they could defend their gold at the Showcase of the Immortals. An unexpected motive behind WWE's decision to have Rhea Ripley drop her championship. Bianca Belair will challenge Io Sky for the WWE Women's World Championship at WrestleMania 41. A former WWE employee recently suggested the match could turn into a triple threat, with the third competitor being a currently absent legend. Rhea Ripley captured the Women's World Championship earlier this year on Raw's debut episode on Netflix. Although it seemed like she was heading to WrestleMania to defend her title against the Women's Elimination Chamber winner, Bianca Belair, she surprisingly lost the championship to Sky last night on Raw. Over the past few hours, many have suggested the WrestleMania match could eventually turn into a triple threat. speaking on the Behind the Turnbuckle, The Last Word podcast, former WWE employee Tommy Carlucci claimed the recent turn of events opens the door for the return of Becky Lynch, who has been absent since May 2024. The former floor manager stated that Sky's match against Belair could indeed become a triple threat with Lynch as the third competitor. This is the only thing that's opening the door for Becky for me right now, is to have Io win tonight. And somewhere down the road, Becky comes back and they make that a triple threat, or what? Because really, and like Gabby said, there's no star power here. When you tell me we're gonna have Io versus Bianca instead of Rhea versus Bianca, I'm like, are you kidding me? That's just bananas, he said. Carlucci, who spent over 30 years in the promotion, pointed out that Triple H and his creative team must have reasons for having Ripley drop the title to Sky. Hence, he predicted that the company could be planting the seeds for the man's comeback. And they don't do things just to do things. So there's reasons why things are being done. And that just opens the door a little more to bring Becky back in the conversation. Because as of right now, nobody's talking about Becky. So you can see that happening. And that is the only thing I can see happening. There's no way, and I'll go nuts if it happens, that's going to be Io and Bianca at WrestleMania and not Rhea at all. Becky Lynch suggests CM Punk is cheating on AJ Lee with Roxanne Perez. Becky Lynch had everyone talking with her savage tweet aimed at CM Punk, but now it's gone. After Lynch took a shot at Punk's past interactions with female talent by quote tweeting a side-by-side photo of Punk and Roxanne Perez in matching gear at Elimination Chamber, she made it clear that she wasn't the one who needed to come get her man. But just like Cora Jade, who called Lynch's behavior weird before deleting her own tweet, the man has now wiped her post from Twitter as well. The drama kicked off on Raw when Punk opened the show by ripping into The Rock, John Cena, and Seth Rollins, then turned his attention to Lynch, saying she should come get her man. That led to Lynch's pointed response, which seemed to allude to fans speculating about Punk's relationship with Perez and his history of being surrounded by women in WWE despite being married to AJ Lee. Cora Jade, known for having a close bond with Punk, wasn't having it. She fired back with a simple, weird behavior tweet, but quickly deleted it. Now, Lynch has done the same, leaving fans wondering why both women suddenly backed off. Meanwhile, Punk and Rollins are still set to settle their differences in a steel cage match on the March 10th edition of Monday Night Raw. But with all this social media drama, it's clear this rivalry is extending far beyond the ring. Why do you think Becky Lynch deleted her tweet? Was she backing down, or did she just not want the extra heat? The creative forces behind CM Punk's unhinged promo on Raw. CM Punk set the WWE Raw stage on fire with his March 3rd promo, calling out The Rock, John Cena, and Seth Rollins before triggering a wild brawl. Now, Fightful Select has revealed the creative forces behind the chaos, naming Alexandra Williams as the writer responsible for Punk's promo, which has been getting major praise backstage. Williams, a rising name on the WWE creative team, was reportedly behind Punk's fiery words, and sources say the segment was well received. Meanwhile, the producer behind the entire Rollins-Punk brawl was none other than WWE producer and former TNA legend Abyss. The show kicked off with Punk standing on the announce table, trash-talking The Rock and Cena before turning his attention to Rollins. The two ended up in an all-out brawl, forcing WWE officials to storm the ring in an attempt to break them up. Later in the night, the fight erupted again backstage, with Punk screaming at Rollins, "I'm going to kill him!" before security could pull them apart. With Williams getting recognition for her work on Punk's promo and Abyss producing the Rollins-Punk madness, it's clear WWE is putting serious effort into making this feud must-watch TV. How would you rate CM Punk's promo on WWE Raw? Does Travis Scott hate Cody Rhodes in real life? Travis Scott joined The Rock and John Cena to assault Cody Rhodes at WWE Elimination Chamber 2025 to create a viral moment. His slap on the beloved babyface is generating a buzz on social media. At WWE Elimination Chamber 2025, Travis Scott joined The Rock for the show's final segment. After Cody Rhodes declined to sell his soul to the final boss, John Cena accepted the offer, turning heel in the process. The pop star later joined the WWE Legends in assaulting the American Nightmare. Travis hit Cody with a brutal slap during the assault, which instantly went viral on social media, as strikes are usually subtle in professional wrestling. Fans might wonder if there is real-life hate between the two. While it might have added to his on-screen heel character, Travis Scott's viral slap was likely not the result of any real-life aggression towards the undisputed WWE champion. Professional wrestling isn't his forte, so there is a high chance he simply didn't know that the slap shouldn't have been a hard strike. Landing strikes that look real is a skill that requires practice. Over the years, stars like The Undertaker, Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns have made a name for themselves with their mastery. The pop star shouldn't be criticized for not hitting the perfect slap. to say the least. In conclusion, there haven't been signs of real-life heat between the two megastars, but the moment may have added to the ongoing storyline. While Cody Rhodes will battle John Cena to defend his undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 41, he will have more problems to tackle. The Rock and Travis Scott may help the evil leader of Cenation to secure gold on the grandest stage of them all. At such time, Cody will need allies to ensure he walks out with his championship. He could use the help of a celebrity like Pat McAfee or Bad Bunny to create an awesome moment in Las Vegas. There is a chance he could use the help of Roman Reigns, as he might be a good ally after their tag team match at Bad Blood 2025. With such star power, WWE WrestleMania 41 will be one of its greatest additions yet. Jacob Fatu aligns with The Rock and John Cena. The alliance between The Rock and John Cena at Elimination Chamber 2025 has shocked the WWE universe. Fans are still buzzing as they are struggling to digest the long-awaited heel turn of the Cenation leader. Now that Cena has seemingly sold his soul to the People's Champion, The Rock is expected to be by his side against Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41. Meanwhile, there are chances that 3 Bloodline members could align with The Rock and Cena. These members are Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu. Over the past few weeks, noteworthy hints have suggested a breakup of the Bloodline 2.0 as tensions between Solo Sikoa and the rest of the faction continue to rise. This boosts the probability of Solo being kicked out of the new Bloodline at WrestleMania, while the Samoan Werewolf and the Tongans could side with the final boss. The entry of Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa in this storyline would elevate their status in the company. This is particularly due to Cena's heel turn becoming one of the most talked about moments in the industry. Additionally, this storyline will allow WWE to establish a full-fledged babyface run for Solo Sikoa, because if this happens, Solo is likely to stand against the new Bloodline, joining forces with The Rock by abandoning him. The upcoming episode of WWE SmackDown could introduce a new twist to the storyline. It remains to be seen how the Bloodline will react to the shocking alliance between The Rock and Cena. Cody Rhodes now finds himself alone against The Rock and John Cena heading into WrestleMania 41. However, in an unexpected twist, the American Nightmare might receive aid from Roman Reigns in his battle against the final boss. Last year at WWE Bad Blood, Cody helped the original tribal chief against Solo Sikoa's faction. In a way, the former undisputed Universal Champion owes Rhodes a favor, which he might repay by standing against The Rock. Meanwhile, Reigns is most probably expected to clash with CM Punk and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 41. Despite this, he could still assist Cody whenever the odds are stacked against him. Additionally, with the original tribal chief now firmly placed as a babyface, the odds of this scenario unfolding are higher. This also opens the door for WWE to set up a future rivalry between Roman Reigns and The Rock, potentially leading to a showdown at WrestleMania 42. While this remains speculation, it is a realistic possibility.